Hey guys, it's Bryony. I hope you're all doing great. Today's video is a requested video on ovulation pain. So this video was actually requested a couple of weeks back, about 2 weeks ago. I put up a post on my Facebook page asking what you guys gave me some recommendations on what you wanted to see that day. And by far the most popular was a post talking about for me to do a video on ovulation pain. However, that day I had like a real mental block, and even like the last week or so it's been really difficult, I don't know why, just to get these videos out. It's been hard to kind of find the motivation to get up and do them because there's quite a lot of setup that's involved with videos. I think it's just because I've been so busy with other work and sorting things out for the Precious Stars page and all that kind of stuff, and getting new people on board as well. It's just been really hectic, so I apologise for the delay and the break in that, but hopefully things will get better from now on. Anyway, as I said before, the topic of this video is going to be on ovulation pain. And this is actually something I suffer from myself. So in my case, you may have heard me talk about in previous videos, I've actually done an ovulation vlog, I believe, on this channel, and I've certainly done a video on using ovulation tests. But ovulation is basically the time in your cycle where your ovary releases its egg and it starts traveling down the fallopian tube towards your uterus in the hope it might get fertilized. If it doesn't, your uterus throws a temper tantrum and throws all the blood out with the egg, and that is your period. But not only do women have to deal with menstrual cramps when they've got their periods, also in the middle of the month, we sometimes get ovulation pain too. I certainly get this, and it is certainly not fun. Ovulation pain is going to be different from person to person, but generally it can be characterized by sort of like a dull ache or a sharp stabbing pain, and it's usually in one or other of your hips, depending on which one is going to be ovulating that month, because they tend to alternate if you've got, you know, nice regular ovaries that do that. People who have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, often don't ovulate that regularly, so you might only get this once in a blue moon, or you might not even get this at all. But if you do suffer from ovulation pain, you're certainly going to notice it probably switching hips each month, and it's going to be more on one side. One thing that I've certainly noticed for me personally is I also tend to find that I get really painful gas around that time too. If I feel like there's trapped wind and it's passing through my intestines, you can definitely feel when it passes behind where your ovary is, because it's really quite an uncomfortable sensation, but fortunately it only lasts like a few seconds. And ovulation pain in general can last just a couple of minutes, or it can last 1 to 2 days. In my case, it tends to last around 1 day. So is ovulation pain anything to worry about? Usually, no. It's quite common to get ovulation pain, although they don't actually know what really causes it. There's some theories about how, you know, when the egg is released, it breaks through this thin membrane, which releases fluid or blood, and that causes this sort of inflammatory pain. But some people don't get it, so it's very much depending on your body. However, there are some conditions which can make ovulation pain worse. In particular, endometriosis, which is a condition that affects your uterus. The lining of your uterus, which is called your endometrium, that's why it's called endometriosis, starts growing in the places where it shouldn't. So sometimes on the ovaries, on your fallopian tubes, and this in particular can make ovulation painful. In fact, I do know somebody who has endometriosis, and the worst pain that she gets throughout her entire cycle is when she's ovulating. She can actually deal with her periods pretty well, but ovulation pain is when she's completely out of it, which was the first time I'd ever heard of that being the case with endometriosis. I'd always thought it just affected periods, but actually it can make ovulation pain excruciating and painful as well. So if you are suffering from really, really painful ovulation, then you definitely should go and get it checked out. The other thing that can cause painful ovulation is scar tissue. So for example, if you've had a cesarean or your appendix taken out, usually around where that scar tissue is going to be, it can make it slightly tighter around the ovary, and that can cause some pain with ovulation. And the other thing that can cause ovulatory pain is an STI, particularly like chlamydia, which is why you should always go to the sexual health clinic if you're sexually active, particularly because if you leave chlamydia undetected and untreated, it can cause infertility too, which you definitely don't want. But chlamydia can cause scarring along the fallopian tubes and the ovaries, which is what can cause that pain. So basically, if you have mild to moderate ovulation pain and it's pretty consistent, it stayed the same for many months, hasn't changed since you've almost started your periods, or it came on very gradually and it's just sort of stayed at a stable level, probably nothing you need to worry about. However, if you're getting really bad ovulation pain, or it has come on very suddenly and you feel that something's not quite right, definitely go and speak to your doctor, because it's better safe than sorry. But I hope this video was informative for you guys. Like I said, I get ovulation pain and it sucks, but it's not bad enough for me to take pain meds for. I usually just sort of have a hot bath or a soak and just kind of relax. It takes a lot for me to take pain meds now, because I have to take them every month for my period, because I have adenomyosis. I try and avoid taking pain meds pads at any other time unless I'm in absolute agony and I'm dying. Which fortunately, I'm not when I'm ovulating. And in fact, some months I don't get any pain at all. It's very bizarre. It tends to like go from month to month. Another thing that can also cause ovulation pain, by the way, is a cyst, which usually will go away on its own. But again, if it continues to get really severe pain, so if you just have 1 month where it's really bad and then it goes stable again, probably don't need to worry about it. It might just be a cyst that burst. I had this once where my egg like literally exploded apparently, and it was only because I had an ultrasound for something else that they managed to spot it. It was really bizarre, but they didn't treat it or anything. But if you get continual bad pain, definitely that's the time to go and get it checked out. But thanks for watching, guys. Do please subscribe and let me know what other videos you'd like to see. Don't forget you can also get cloth pads and menstrual cups as always from my website Precious Stars. Link is down below, and I will see you later. Bye!